Welcome to my English classroom. Please hit the subscribe button over here to be a part of notification squad, and don't forget to hit the bell button so that you can get the video in your notification as soon as it is uploaded. Heading towards the act third, and act third is quite same as act second, act first was, right? So over here we find Helena and Cliff and Jimmy sitting on the armchair, and just like Allison, Helena is ironing in the corner. Okay, they had a conversation related to different things, related to Shakespeare, that Shakespeare has changed his sex when he was writing Tempest, on which this girl Helena laughed like anything. So they had these kind of stuff, and there was a major thing which happened over here, that Cliff was quite hesitant towards Helena. And what happened when he was hesitant, and on this Jimmy asked that you don't like Helena, I guess. On this, Cliff says that there was a time when you also never liked Helena. So finally, we had a conversation. We were having a conversation between Jimmy and Helena, Jimmy and Cliff, where Cliff has given his shirt for laundry to Helena, and Helena re-enters and gives his shirt to Cliff. Take care. They sat down for drink, and Jimmy tells Helena to cheer up. Take care. And she sat down on the armchair, and she brushed her hairs with her fingers. She brushed her hairs with her finger and says that I love you, Jimmy. I think I'm in love with you, Jimmy. Okay. And another important thing which happened was that Cliff decides that he will going to leave Jimmy. Okay. And and how Helena proposed to Jimmy, this is also very, very romantic, which is very anti-Allison kind of a stuff happened. She goes round Jimmy's chair. She sits on the arm of Jimmy's chair. She puts her hand on her hair, brushing her hair, and says, I think I'm in love with you. Take care. So there is a debate, as I already told you. Okay, Helena is here because she loves Jimmy, or because she wants to cleanse Jimmy. Approach, I guess the second approach is more liable. It's more authentic. Why I'm saying that? Because I know the end, I know the conclusion, the end of this particular play. Now another thing is that why critics says that Helena is really in love with Jimmy, because two opposite poles always attracts. Jimmy always vandalized Helena, insulted Helena. And remember, when Allison was leaving, Helena told that I'll be leaving next morning as I have a appointment, right? So Helena and Jimmy shares a very tender moment, embracing each other. And they told each other that they should leave and start their act. What act? T.S. Eliot and the Pam. This will going to be an act. T.S. Eliot and the Pam. Okay? And he also says that I'm going to close all that damn sweet stall, and I'm going to start everything from the scratch. Okay? And she says that it's wonderful. It's really wonderful. Allison, I'm fed up with your changing nature. Helena, wonderful. Look at the approach of Helena. And look what the approach of Allison. Helena is smart and Allison was frustrated. Right. He goes in the backdrop to change her shirt and Jimmy goes to hurry up to Cliff so that he could go and leave Cliff wherever he... And suddenly there is a knock at the door. Tuck tuck. Who's there? Jamie opens the door and finds Allison standing right in front of him. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. You know, the camera zooms in, zooms back, zooms in, zooms back. Ekta Kapoor style, right? And Jimmy says nothing and he leaves the door. As if it's a door, he says nothing and he leaves the door. And you know, it's a very conventional Bollywood, you know, entry. She's all wet, she's wearing a raincoat, and you know, looking very ill. And Jimmy voices Helena, Helena, you have a visitor, and he walks out. Helena, you have a visitor, walks out. And leaving the two women together. Right, let's get into the final punch of this particular play. Now, when the curtain rises in the second scene, Jimmy is playing his trumpet in the same angerful way. Helena is pouring Allison a cup of tea. She picks up Jimmy's pipe and places the ashes on the tray. ये सब देख रही है Allison. She's observing it and she says one thing. छोटा सी एक बात बोलती है. How one can get used to Jimmy's smoking habits? कोई कैसे कितना जल्दी उससे succumb कर सकता है? Helena gives her the tea. Helena gives her the tea, to help her feel better in her own house. You know, Allison says that, you know, I really felt mad that why I am going to Jimmy back, why I am going to revisit this bloody home. And even when I was taking tickets, when I was reserving my seat for the train, I was feeling that why I am doing it, but still I was doing it. I cannot believe that I am buying a ticket to go to Jimmy back. I just can't believe. You know why I came here, Helena? I came here to convince myself that everything that I have remembered has really happened to me. जो भी चीज़ें मैं याद करती हूँ, has really happened to me in this house. Allison cries out. Helena says that, you know, this is not the case and you have more right to stay than what I have. तुम्हारा ज़्यादा यहाँ पर जो ना वो है than what I have.
काहे रुकी हुई जाओ अपने रुकी हुई love you
Allison said, don't bring the rule book, please, Helena. Don't bring the rule book. You have the more right and I am having the less right. Don't get those rules involved in this thing. We know who is living here and we know who is more comfortable and we know who's going to exit. I know who's going to exit. It has to be me. You know, Helena, I gave up to the divine right of marriage. Even the thought of divine right of marriage, I gave up months ago. What is marriage and what is the conceptual ideas of marriage? I gave up everything. I gave up believing in marriage, the institution of marriage. I gave up believing in it. Now I feel that where you are, you belong to that. Helena, you belong to this place, and I, Alison, does not belong to this place. She says that, the more powerful. This is the place where, this is what I understand from life. It is just the fittest of survival. Life is nothing but an explanation how survival of the fittest is fulfilled. And you are the fittest for this place, and you are in, and I'm not, so I'm out. Now, anyway, उसके बाद क्या होता है कि कहाँ गया? ठीक है. Alison says that, I will be leaving very soon, and I don't want to be a breach between you and Jimmy. I know I've done something wrong by coming here, and Jimmy didn't spoke to me also. She must be thinking, Helena, there is a visitor for you. Helena says on this. Replies Alison, I believe you. I believe on you. And it is not me who is made for this place, but rather it is you. It is Alison who should chastise herself for her behavior. I have showed you by living with Jimmy in the most proper way. Your behavior was not proper. This was not the case that I lived here the way you lived, and that's why and I'm happy with this thing, or Jimmy is happy with it. I changed my approach, and you have to change your approach, and I showed how to change the approach. Alison says that you talk as if you are something. You threw me out of here. You swindle me out of. Helena responds, you talk as if we are a book or something like that. You talk as if he was a book. Jimmy is a book. Just let him be read by everyone. Alison, Jimmy was never been a book that you pass it to anyone who wants to read him for 5 or 10 minutes. Your approach was absolutely wrong, and I have proved it. Helena says that, whatever I'm doing, I know it is wrong. जो भी मैं कर रही हूँ, I know it is wrong. But at least I believe in right and wrong. I believe in right and wrong. You don't believe in right and wrong also. You were doing wrong with Jimmy. Your way of approach was wrong with Jimmy. Jimmy was doing wrong with you, but you don't have the dare of speaking against what you were doing, or telling Jimmy that what he's doing. You were like a dead shell over here, who have been kicked by one end to the another by Jimmy and Cliff. Alison asked her that, why did you call my father? Isn't not that you were in love with Jimmy and you want me to go from here? Helena says, yes, it was true. That was a plotted thing. I really called your father that he should take you away, and so I can get the chance with Jimmy to stay with Jimmy. She says that it was very difficult. Alison says that it was very difficult to, understand you, Helena, but finally I've understood you. On this, Helena says, very important, Helena says, that I have discovered what is wrong with Jimmy, and anyone, if I was not there, कोई भी होता, he could have discovered Jimmy if he or she had taken a right approach. I know I have done something wrong, but I have done something good for the longer time, for your perspective. Actually, Jimmy is born out of his time. He was not of his time, but rather he was born before of his time. Allison agrees. Or rather, he has born quite after his time. Probably he belongs to that particular time when French Revolution was there. Allison says, yes, even I also feel the same. Allison says that I think he's an eminent Victorian. Helena says that things are over between me and Jimmy. Helena says that, Allison, aap fikr mat karo, things are over between me and Jimmy. Now this is very satirical when Allison says that he is Victorian. Victorian men are known to have bluffing and having affairs here and there. Okay? And that's why Helena says that, there is nothing left between me and Jimmy. Okay? She still believes she still believes in good and evil, and she knows that she cannot live with him. She cannot live with him in this way more than this thing, more than now. Allison begs her to stay. Helena says no. Okay? And she says that I will never going to return back to Jimmy. Okay? She says that one day somebody will there with Jimmy. If you also leave Jimmy and I'm also leaving Jimmy, one day somebody will come like like a Renaissance Pope who will take care of Jimmy. Right? The way Pope used to take care of that religious affair of that time, somebody will come up and take care of him. Tension ki kya hai? Theek hai? Now she also says that, Helena, I have lost my baby. Theek hai? And this really moved Helena like anything. Helena says, okay, I'm going. She yells, she requests, she cries out, don't go, Helena. Jimmy is more good with you, more happy with you. She says, no, I'm going. And she yells at Jimmy, stop that banging of the trumps. Stop it right now. She demands that Jimmy should join them. ठीक है? ठीक है? Good evening. She says that Jimmy enters. He sees the conditions are very cold over here. चीज़ें बड़ी बदली हुई लग रही हैं. पूछता है, he asks. ठीक है? He asks, are you ill, Allison? You want something, some medicine or something like that? ठीक है? Helena mentions that, she has lost her baby. Okay? Jimmy stops her and says, don't you talk. I know what had happened. Let me talk. Okay? But Helena stops him again. Jimmy was trying to take authority in the room, but Helena stops him again. Okay? By saying that, look, Jimmy, I am leaving. I'm leaving. She says that though I love you, Jimmy, but I cannot take part in all this mess, so I am leaving it, and I can see that whatever we were doing, it was not something which was good, rather it was sinful. ठीक है? Jimmy speaks in a low, resent voice, saying that, we all are sufferers and we all are trying to escape their pain. है ना? Helena leaves. ठीक है? Helena leaves. Jimmy leans on the door. Oh, those bells. Why did you ring? Oh, and he was commenting on the church and the system of religion. Oh, you religion, why you are existing. Allison comes towards Jimmy. ठीक है? And he says sorry to Allison and says that I denied you something. ठीक है? When you didn't send any flowers to the funeral, it's an injustice that you have done, and that is why I was so resented towards you. Why these things happen? Wrong people getting hungry, wrong people getting love, wrong people are dying. Why this happens, Allison? Why only wrong people are doing right things, or right people are doing wrong things? I wonder that even I am wrong to believe that there is a kind of burning validity of mind and spirit. It's really difficult for me to believe what is happening through us. ठीक है? Allison cries out to him, calm down, Jimmy, calm down, Jimmy, calm down. None of those things matter, not even the child, not even those months, those days that we have not spent together, not even Helena. Nothing matters, Jimmy. You are mine, I am yours. You are my bear, I am your squirrel. I hope you could see me when I lost my child. You would be a very satisfied man because you can see the pain on my face, the pain that you always wanted to see in my face, pain of suffering. काश तुम मुझे देखे होते इस टाइम. Suddenly Jimmy comes near to Allison and says, oh my poor squirrel. Allison says, oh my poor bear. And the curtain falls. Play gets end. So the play is over. Okay? Now we will be giving you some notes related to Kitchen Singh drama and something like that. Okay? Stop.